Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification cast. It's out of East Yorkshire, and today we have a 1v1 on Blood River. Over in the Salamanders corner, we've got Dustin Dubert, and over in the Sisters corner, we have got Butt Pirate. Butt Pirate going with Ecclesiarchal Servitor, double missionaries, as well as a pristine sanctuary and a Adeptus Sororitas convent, whereas the Salamanders are going to go for double scouts and a fairness. So, fire on fire this evening. Disco Inferno, come on baby, light my fire. Whole bunch of cheesy pop songs that we can make reference to all the way through this game. Missionaries just capturing their nearest and dearest, probably maybe seeing some Seraphins with this pristine sanctuary coming out. Be interesting to see what comes from the the Fairness. I've not seen I've not casted a Salamanders game before, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of units they bring to bear in the early points of the game. They are going to go for a Tech Marine, which is a builder unit. For the Salamanders, they are going to go for a Force Commander, as well as a tactical squad, so nothing too fancy or out of the ordinary there. Canoness coming out for the Sisters. No one pushing out too far from the base, no early harassment coming from either side. We do have a plasma generator going down as well for the Sisters. Double Tech Marines as well, look at those boys. Going around with their servo tech arm and touching up this listening post to make sure it's in ship shape and Bristol fashion. Critical location, smack bang in the middle, not being taken on as of yet. Both players playing it fairly safe. Be interesting to see what the Canoness can do, especially with her Inferno pistol. I imagine that the Force Commander isn't all that fast, along with the Tactical Marines. The Inferno pistol will be able to help the Canoness deal with that early game hero. Probably does not want to stay too close in close combat with this dude. So a quick look at that model. What a handsome young man. Lovely chest and shoulders details. Oh, I also got the little eagles on the backpack. Very nice. Good stuff all around. So he's going to go up the western side, whereas the Canoness is going to go smack back down the middle. We'll see these scouts standing in negative cover. We'll make quick work of them, setting them on fire. Scout squad's not liking to be on the receiving end of fire, it seems. Tactical Marines are out on force. We'll be firing with their bolt guns towards this Canoness. She will now turn her attention after getting a squad wipe of scouts towards the Space Marines. Very quickly taking out one model. These guys will have to fall back and wait for the Force Commander to come in and see if he can shelter them from the damage output of the Canoness. That Inferno pistol, a really good investment it seems. Force Commander chasing it down the river. Canoness not wanting to stay there for much longer. Will be going home. While we've got in response, we do have some battle sister squads. So it'll be hero versus hero, squad versus squad. What's going on? We do have some missionaries taking over this relic over here, and this relic over here as well, so map presence at the moment in the Sisters' favour. These Sisters come out 4 apiece. Space Marines on auto-replenish. Looks like they'll be getting a full complement of soldiers. Also have some shooty bits going on this listing post over here. This listing post being built up at long last. This is going to go around on the riverside. Not quite crossing that Rubicon as of yet. Missionary joining the Battle Sister Squad. Lay of hands always ready to use. Keep the Sisters alive. There's a lot of Space Marines for the Sisters to deal with there. We'll try to fire at this Tech Marine, but the Tech Marines are very chunky builders. Won't be able to take them down anytime soon. And these ladies do fall back, leaving this listing post and relic quite vulnerable. Scouts not wanting to see that Ecclesiarchal Servitor anywhere near there. We'll send them away. Sisters going to go for a full complement of 11 ladies, well, 10 ladies and a missionary. A lot of ladies to deal with. Horseman instead is going to turn around and focus on spanking this listening post over here. Girls are going to move forward. Inferno pistol firing at the ready, forcing these Marines back. Girls with their bolter guns going to see if they can get a squad wipe on this scout squad. And not quite getting there. More shots being fired at the Force Commander. He's a very healthy boy in the grand scheme of things, but this Inferno pistol is making quick work of his armour. He might have a... Hold on, is that a... Why on earth does Dawn of War Unification of the Skyrim theme? That is really... So that caught me a bit off guard there, but we'll take it. It's an epic soundtrack. Force Commander used to be an adventurer like you until he took a Inferno bolt pistol into the knee. Not wanting to cross the river again anytime soon. God, that is really disconcerting, but I love it. That's great. One thing I love about these mods, you never know quite what you're going to get in every game. Normally it's through gameplay, but this time it's through music. Hopefully this won't copyright strike my video, but we'll see. Tactical Marines. Well, it won't copyright strike because video game music isn't usually. Never mind me. Anyway, we've got triple Tactical Marines over here. Not wanting to quite push out as of yet. They are just playing the defensive. Going to go for their War Gear Bionics before moving out. All their listing perks have been upgraded with shooter bits. 98 and 20 compared to the 104 and 20. So Sisters with a blue money advantage. They still have their relics on either side of the map. Squad of Sisters with their missionary moving over to this side of the map. We do have a thunder fire cannon on the field. Very slow moving, but excellent rate of fire. All the single ladies putting their hands up towards these Tactical Marines. Lay of hands coming on, keeping these girls alive and healthy for a lot longer in this firefight. Standing the test, but they are losing models slowly but surely. The Grand Total of 4 being felled there. There's only one Space Marine taken down there. Charging away towards the Sisters. Canoness adding to the DPS with her Inferno pistol. But double Thunder Cannons moving forward. The time has actually turned quite quickly on these tacticals, to be fair. This dude kind of moving on his own mission. Thunder Cannons now ready and poised for firing. Will do what they can. Although again, this is not going to survive for very long. These Tactical Marines been left alone over here. Might want to get involved and do something. Force Commander finally in the throes of close combat. Not quite getting much in the way of combat done there. They're stepping from the Battle Sisters, keeping them out of close combat for as long as they can. Thunder, what do you call it? Thunder Fire Cannon falling. Pushing the Force Commander back. Sisters now moving on to the right side of the base. They have got there. They're going to go for a double heavy bolter. Scout Squad Tactical and 2 Tacticals are going to move across the river, while these guys are going to stay over here and prevent the Sisters from pushing in. Canoness though, a little bit overextending here. Not much in the way of health left, just over 400. Force Commander is going to come in, and one fell strike is going to, yes, will manage to take down that Canoness. Bit of an unfortunate bit of micro there from the Sisters' perspective. These guys will be forced back there. Veteran Superior out on force for these Sisters as well. Celestians moving out. Lay of Hands re-healing those girls. We do have a Act of Faith Emperor's Touch research. What does that do again? Rage weapons, temporary shoot holy flames, effective versus all armor types, which will make them absolutely deadly to these Tactical Marines. Tactical Marines, I reckon they just need to gather up as one and just push through one side of the Sisters. Maybe the right hand side might be the way to go. These listing posts do have their shooting bits on, so they will be able to defend themselves a little bit. Need a bit of decisive action from the Salamanders here. Need to light a fire under their arse, so to speak. They are going for a Devastator Doctrine, as well as more Bionics level 2 that will increase their ability to not die. Celestians going for their Melter Guns and Multi-Melters, as is their want and need. Canoness back out. Improved field logistics. Holy Reliquary as well. Everyone's just kind of chilling at the moment. More Thunder Fire Cannons will be going towards their limit of 3. And it's all quiet. Sisters just want to get that critical mass of ladies before they do anything serious. Celestians still getting their bits and bobs. We'd have an Imigifier finally going for these Celestians, so they are now fully kitted up for all the bits and bobs that they need to wreak chaos and carnage on the Salamanders. Salamanders that have gone for an anvil. 110 and 40 to the 98 and 40. So still slight blue money advantage for the sisters. Force Commander quite low on health at the moment. Will need to get some sort of healing going. They are going to go for a strengthening power grid research. So maybe a transition away from infantry to vehicles. Sisters now making the play. Multi-melters burning their way into the hide of the listening post. Will make quick work of it. Space Marine's not reacting at all. They don't care. Never flinching. They are going for lots of heavy bolters. In fact, 8.
We are receiving
12, yeah, 12 heavy bolters all in all. So they're going to absolutely mulch their way through this infantry line of the sisters when they do decide to engage. Girls over here, laying of hands on them. Get them ready for an engagement of some description. We also have an Order of the Agent Shroud Elite Squad. Oh, the ladies. Oh my goodness, that's other ganders. Hey, they're cool looking models, aren't they? Fantastic stuff, especially like the eyepieces on them. Very nice. Okay, cool.
yes.
Listening post being built up on the river outside the Salamander's base. Sisters over here deciding to capture this, or decap this critical location. Now would be the time, Salamanders, while the sisters over here are occupied. Now is the time to move out and do things. Well, the sisters are going to go for their Retribution sister with heavy incinerators, as well as storm bolters. So no flamers for these Salamanders, just pure anti-infantry nonsense. Manufacturing being built up by the sisters now. We do have tier 3, Burn the Mutant for the Salamanders. And it is a bit of a well, not a stalemate, there's nothing really going on. Yeah, it's all just there we go. Bit of action. Tactical Marines, thank goodness for that. Moving forward, focusing down this listening post. The Thunderfire cannon looked like it was firing. Ah, there we go. Got very long range capability on this one. They can stand at the back. Rhino transport moving in. Celestian squad, a brand new shiny one, as well as a Confessor. A lovely icon card down here. Salamanders now decapping this strategic point. Celestian squad's moving forward. They turn their ire and their disgust towards the Tactical Marines. And these Tactical Marines are thinking, well, we've done enough for today. We're going to stand back here and relax. More Rhino transports coming out. That's what I like to see. Rhino transports are quite cheap. They are an assault vehicle. They do have little shooty bits on them. With their vehicle armour, it's... I mean, you may as well have a might in you. We do have a Predator. Ah, there we go. So I imagine once these Predators come out, Salamanders will be pushing. Though the Predator will be quite difficult to keep alive with all these Celestians on the field. We've got, what, 1, 2, 3 Celestian squads. And I imagine that there will be... Any dudes been put in these Rhinos? Not quite as of yet. Rhino transport packed to the brim with women. We do have a Primaris Eradicator squad on the field. Predator just popped. Vault of Remembrance out on the field. Very stationary game. We do have a Chaplet, Ecclesiasticus, Holy Edict, and Commander Veteran upgrade. Rhino transports now full. Going to drive away from the front lines. Celestian squad moving forward. There we go. Looks like there's going to be an engagement. We're going to move down to this side of the base. Going to avoid getting in instant firing range of these dudes. Going to go straight to the back of the base, actually. Pushing straight through the defensive lines of the Salamanders. Will see that there is a Predator. And all the sisters will jump out. Celestians and missionaries alike. Big shiny bits coming out. And absolute chaos and carnage. Primaris Eradicator squad's not quite getting their shots off. Will get a full squad wipe there, being focused down. Sisters have had their morale broken. Tactical Marines with their heavy bolters cutting a path through a whole squad of sisters. Healing hands on these battle ladies. Predator being taken down by Celestians. Rhino Transport as well, falling foul to the multi-melters and heavy melters of the Celestians. We have a Dreadnought coming down as well. Order of the Ancient Shroud Elite Squad. Only 2 models left. This lady, the sisters do seem to have been holding their own, even with their backs against the walls. Dreadnought now out. We'll tie up the sisters over here, but the Celestians will turn and focus fire on this mountain of iron and ceramite. Dreadnought now going to turn and face this way. They have now had their blessed ammunition thingy going on, which will make all their ammo really useful against any kind of armor type. Space Marines now going to have to focus trying to get into close combat with them to tie him up. These are going to be pushed back. These Celestians not quite wanting to get involved in the combat at any point during that. Just kind of chilling out over there. Will now get involved, turn their attention to the thunder cannons, making very quick work of them. Dreadnought going down. Tactical squad firing away at these ladies in the negative cover. These guys will have to fall back. Now turn their attention to these Celestians. And once the heavy bolters start firing, even their healing hands won't do all that much. Immolator now coming down. And at the moment, the Salamanders don't really have anything to counter this Immolator. Nothing in the way of melter guns or out like that. Well, they are doing a fair bit of damage, unless they have got a melter gun somewhere. Oh, never mind. Predator's down now. Firing with its huge frontal cannon. Once it gets in range. One shot, one kill if it decides to. Nope. Gives it a sniff, but then decides to turn away. Space Marines are now turning their attention to this listening post over here. Something's teleporting in, or being deep strucken in. Let's see what it is when it happens. Terminator squad. These guys will be able to lay down all sorts of damage and hellfire while taking some damage themselves. All of the Argent Shroud quickly been melted there. Predator focusing on that Immolator. Then a second Immolator coming in, firing blue, white hot flames into the infantry of the Salamanders. Sisters holding the line. Morale has been broken from one squad round the back. Veteran superiors with their Inferno pistols firing into the flanks of the Predator. Terminators moving forward, although even their Terminator armor won't save them from this constant barrage of heavy bolter fire from the sisters. Predator turning around to focus on the Immolator. Thunder cannon thundering away. But the Immolator is just wiping out the morale of these tactical marines. But sisters on the right flank have managed to been taken down. One whole squad wipe by the looks of things. Tactical marines standing in a negative cover, but so the sisters, so the negative is kind of moot. A new Confessor comes down. He died probably somewhere in that engagement. Listing post being built up in the middle of this. Predator, now the lone unit, well, Predator and the Thunderfire Cannon, lone unit of the Salamanders on the front lines, will eventually be taken down. And the sisters move forward, striking down this Thunderfire Cannon. Another Predator for the Salamanders. Yeah, I think their mistake was... I mean, I can see why they weren't pushing out, because they were building up their forces and focusing more or less on taking up But I didn't really do them any favours. You can get all the Predators you want on the field in Tier 3, but the Tier 2 Celestians will take care of them fairly easily. That is a really cool firing animation. Very much like that. Especially the floor effect that has on them. Yeah, wonderful stuff. The Immolate still goes down anyway, but so does the Predator. More deep striking nonsense coming down from the Salamanders. Might be more Terminators. There's indeed more Terminators. Synth engine charges in. And yeah, oh dear, those Terminators, not long for this world, won't survive for much longer. Right, I'm going to call it there for the sisters. No point in prolonging the inevitable here unless there's any mischief going around on the map. No, the Salamanders don't have a secret base. We do have a Shrine of the Living Saint being built up, so yeah, that is... Yeah, I'm definitely going to call it for the sisters. So yeah, it's a pleasure as always. Mine has been Mr. Landshark, all the usual jazz. I'll see you in a bit. Peace.